Hey there, friends. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. I decided to wear my sheepwear mask t-shirt today because California is reinstating their mask mandate. That's not what this video is about. I just felt the need to pass that on. So we're ignoring science now. Of course, obviously they're ignoring science when it comes to male and female, but the masks were absolutely useless. This is California's way of just messing with its people. They're effing with y'all. Hey, people of California, they're messing with you. They know better. They know masks don't work, but they're jacking with you guys, and they're going to make you wear them again. Now, on to my main story today. Racism. It exists everywhere. It's in every single corner in different variations. Sometimes it's much more heightened. Sometimes it's kind of some low-key racism. But it exists all over the place. Let me be very clear. It exists in every race. Every single race has a certain sense of tribalism. People sometimes confuse that as racism, but people pull for their own tribe. And I don't mean tribe in the actual sense of it. It's called tribalism. It's a real thing. Look it up. If you don't have a dictionary, I can send you to one, merriam-webster.com or something like that. But tribalism is a thing. It's no different than a high school student pulling for their own school. It doesn't mean that those students are racist. It means they're tribal. Their group of people is who they're pulling for. Just like a state might want their state to do better than the state next to them. It's not that they're racist or hate the other state. It's the fact that they are pulling for the one that they are connected to. Same goes for race. Unfortunately, there are some who think racism does not apply to them because they're black. They think that if you're black, you can't be racist. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. If you dislike another person because of their race, you are a racist. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you dislike them solely because of their race, not their views, their race is why you think differently of them. You, my friend, are a racist, period. We have a weave-wearing racist that is in Congress right now, goes by the name of Jasmine Crockett. The wigs this girl wears are really entertaining. I got to give her that. I do look forward to seeing her on camera because I can't wait to see what side of her head that her part is going to be on for this week. But she had these doozies to say on MSNBC.
He said that we've got these cities and these towns that are being overrun by gangs and the crime out of control. I absolutely agree with that. And guess what? It's the MAGA gang. It is the white supremacists that have decided to descend upon places such as Springfield, Ohio. So I agree with him. I just disagree with who the problems are. The problems are him and his minions. The problems aren't the people that have come to make our economy stronger, the people that have actually been able to help to continue to make sure that we got out of the big hole that he put us in after COVID-19 with his ineptness. Like, yeah, I agree that there are problems in our communities, but usually it's some white supremacists on the other side.
It never is. It never is. Your claim of white supremacy being the cause of gang violence and crime is backed up by nothing. Like, literally, no one believes that. I don't think she believes it, but she did say it, right? How can somebody be so stupid and sit here with a bad wig on television and say that the gang problem and the crime problem in our cities is white supremacists? Or what did she say? MAGA gangs. There's MAGA. Have you seen the latest MAGA gang? I wonder what their colors are, because isn't it the Bloods who have the red already? Wouldn't a MAGA gang, are they siding with the Bloods, or are they part of the Bloods, or are the Bloods and the Crips mad because the MAGA gang is taking their colors? Somebody's going to have to help me with this. But this is a racist person. For a person to come out and say this, rather than addressing this, by the way, this lady is in South Dallas. She's in the Dallas area. That's where a lot of people talk about how Dallas is going, Texas is going from red to purple. Austin is lost. Dallas is getting lost. Dallas-Fort Worth area, they're getting lost as well. That's the only threat of this place becoming purple is because of those larger areas, Houston as well. But this person here I say it all the time in my videos, instead of addressing the problem, they deflect. And usually what they do is they talk about guns. That's their way of deflecting and not having to have the real conversation about the gangs, about the actual people, and ticking off a couple of your constituents because their kids are gang people, or your constituents are gang people. The moms and the dads might be part of those gangs, slinging the dope and doing the things that the gang members do. But there's literally, and I'm using the word literally in its literal sense, there is literally not one headline, not a single one, written by a Hispanic publication, a black publication, a white publication, conservative, liberal. Nobody has ever written, go search for it, nobody has ever written a headline that said, MAGA gang violence is the problem in this big city. No one has ever written the similar headline saying that white supremacy is in the problem. Oh, the violent problem in Baltimore. Oh, that's white supremacy. Our gang violence in Detroit. Who's responsible for that? Oh, that's the white supremacists. I mean, didn't you know this? I mean, people are shooting each other left and right. Who's that? It's the white supremacists. That's that MAGA gang that we talk so much about. Really, this is a stupid individual. This is proof that you can do anything in this world, right? I'm not the whole give everyone a trophy. But when somebody like this can become literally a congressperson, a legislator, one of only 535 people in the entire country are in Congress. And this person made it. This shows you that the IQ level is really not important. And it shows you that you can be a racist and still rub shoulders with other people. Of course, you know my opinion of politicians, all way down there, all way down there. But this chick, she's new to Congress. She's only been in Congress for a year. But you might remember her. She's always had a hate for Trump. She actually co-sponsored the bill to revoke Trump's Secret Service protection. Look at the date, July 15, 2024, after the Trump assassination attempt. She still stood by that. This is a hateful person. This is one of the stupid slave-minded people that has been spoon-fed by the left and by the Democrats and believes what she's being told. That's how stupid and ignorant she is. We talk all the time about, and I think we talk amongst ourselves more than anything, why does the media outright lie? Why does the media say that Trump is a racist whenever he's never said anything racist? Why do they say these things? The reason why is because they can get people like this, a brain-dead idiot with a bad weave, to believe this kind of stuff and not research anything. This person could very easily find any proof that she really wanted to find on the first page of anything she would search for in Google, but she chooses not to do it because she has been spoon-fed by her slave masters in the state-run media, and she has taken it hook, line, and sinker and run with it and questions nothing. She's perfectly okay running with these lies because somebody told her to believe these things, so she believed it. And now she's again one of 535 people actually making law in Washington, D.C. Now, of course, the bad hair weave lady who hates white people is certainly going to pull for BLM, no matter how corrupt of an organization it is. As you can see, looking at her Instagram account, Black Lives Matter. She states, your daily reminder that Black lives still matter. And she's got, of course, George Floyd's name down in the hashtag section of her post. This person is an outright racist. Not a closet racist. She's in-your-face racist. She hates white people. She hates Donald Trump. She doesn't know why. She's too stupid to figure that out. Let me give you another tidbit of information that might kind of surprise you. Even after her calling for Trump to not have his Secret Service detail anymore, just because, do you know that she's also the co-chair of the Kamala Harris or the Waltz Harris campaign? That's right. She's the co-chair, meaning that she is one of the leaders of the Waltz Harris campaign. So that campaign is being led by a racist. That's why these people are screwing up so poorly, so badly. They have people who are out of touch with America. most Americans don't hate every other race or other races besides their own like this person does. Just because I don't wear a wig or have a bad weave doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. And there's literally, as I stated earlier, no proof that MAGA people have ever committed any crimes outside of what they're trying to put on them with the January 6th stuff. There's no record of that. But yet this person will still spread those lies, and she's leading the opposition candidacy. I'm curious if the gangs in South Dallas, where she's over that particular district, are mad that she gave the credit for all the tough guy violence in that area, in her particular district, to white supremacists and MAGA people. Because obviously they're probably sitting back there going, I haven't seen a MAGA person or a MAGA hat or probably even a white person in my neighborhood in forever, and these are crime-ridden neighborhoods. This is a perfect example of people on the left deflecting and saying that what's really happening in their neighborhood by their own people, they always deflect that and try to say the other people are doing it. They feel like if they call somebody else and say that person is guilty of something, when in fact they're guilty of it, that maybe that will, if nothing else, throw you off the scent, right? Make you think something else. Well, you know, maybe there's something to that. Because the average person doesn't automatically assume that we're surrounded by liars. I mean, in general, people think good of other people until they prove otherwise. So when you look at somebody, just because they have a bad wig or a bad weave, doesn't make me think they're a bad person. It makes me think they make bad personal choices. When in reality, we're dealing with a racist liar right here. And this person right here will never, ever, ever be the part of any solution for crime in her district as long as she makes up lies and does not address the actual problem of who the real crime in her area is coming from.
I don't understand the point that you're making.
God save the Queen, man.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.